Hello students, today we are going to discuss the revision class for unit 2, so that is measurement of resistance, capacitance and inductance using bridges, and the name of the course is electronic measurement. The subject is therefore the 4th semester electronic instrumentation and control engineering. The maximum hours for this chapter is 5 and the maximum marks allotted for the chapter is 15. So myself Vijay Hugi, lecturer in Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, SJP Trust Polytechnic, Nirsoshi. So as I told, so these questions I have selected from the question bank. So that is in the syllabus copy, after every chapter they are given a list of questions, that is question bank, and I have tried to solve all the questions which are given in the question bank with the marks as well as the number of times the question is repeated in the exam. So let us start with the first question. Mention the list of detectors. So this is important question, that is it is asked 3 times in the exam. Just I have made a star mark indicating the number of times it is repeated. So it is a 5 marks question. So first one is galvanometer, second moving coil type instrument, third one is headphone, fourth one is galvanometer, fifth one is pointer instrument. So galvanometer is used for low frequency measurement. Second, moving coil type instrument, so it is used for laboratory work. Third one, headphone for high frequencies. Then fourth one, galvanometer for low frequency measurement. And fifth one, pointer instruments for frequency measurement. So this is a simple and important question from the exam point of view. So 5 marks will be there if you write 5 name of detectors. So second question is distinguish the different types of DC and AC bridges. Again, from the exam point of view, this question is very important because this is asked 3 times in the semester end exam for 5 marks. So first we will discuss DC bridges. So first point is DC bridges are used to measure the unknown resistance. Second, the source of excitation is DC voltage. The third point is the 4 arms of DC bridges consist of pure resistors like R1, R2, R3 and R4 or Rx. Then fourth one is balancing equation for DC bridge is R1 into R4 is equal to R2 into R3. Then fifth point, example for DC bridges are Wheatstone's bridge, then B is Kelvin bridge. Next we will see AC bridges. The first point is, since DC bridges are used to measure unknown resistance, so here AC bridges are used to measure unknown capacitance and inductance. Second, the source of excitation is AC voltage in case of AC bridge, but in case of DC bridge it is DC voltage. Third one, the 4 arms of DC bridges consist of resistors, capacitors, inductors or its combination. Then fourth one is balancing equation for AC bridge is Z1 into Z4 is equal to Z2 into Z3. The examples for AC bridges are Maxwell's bridge, Shearing bridge or Hayes bridge or Wayne bridge. So all these are what different examples for AC bridges. Now we will discuss describe the measurement of resistance using Wheatstone's bridge. So this question may be asked for 5 marks or 10 marks. So this is repeated twice in the semester end exam. So as we can see in the diagram, so there is a DC excitation voltage which is denoted by E, and there are 4 ratio arms, that is R1, R2, R3 and R4, or I written Rx here, so that is unknown arm, and current I1, I2, I3 and I4 flows through these arms respectively, and there is a null detector, that is galvanometer, which is connected between C and D. So now let us discuss what is Wheatstone's bridge, how it is going to measure the resistance. So the figure shows the Wheatstone's bridge, which is used to measure unknown resistance. The bridge has 4 resistive arms with a excitation voltage E and a null detector G. So the bridge is balanced when the potential difference between C and D is 0, because that time there will be no current flow through the galvanometer. So we will say the bridge is balanced. So when the bridge is balanced, I can say I1 into R1 is equal to I2 into R2. So by using Ohm's law, I can write I1 is equal to I3 is equal to E divided by R1 plus R3. So that is second equation, and third equation is I2 is equal to I4 is equal to E divided by R2 plus Rx, that is equation number 3. So if I combine all the equations, so what I get is R1 into Rx is equal to R2 into R3, and the unknown resistance Rx can be calculated by using the formula R2 into R3 divided by R1. This is how we can find the value of unknown resistance using Wheatstone's bridge. So next we will discuss outline the general form of AC bridge, or what is the condition to balance the bridge. So as you can see here, what we have discussed previously, that was the DC bridge, because the Wheatstone bridge is the example for DC bridge. The source of excitation was a DC there, and there are 4 resistive arms, but here it is AC bridge. So the source of excitation is AC voltage, and there are 4 impedances, that is Z1, Z2, Z3 and Z4, and there is a headphone which is the detector. So the general form of an AC bridge is shown in the figure. The 4 arms, that is Z1, Z2, Z3 and Z4 are impedances, and the detector is a headphone. So the condition for bridge balance is that the potential difference between A and C should be 0, so that no current flows through the headphone. So then we will say the bridge is balanced. So when the bridge is balanced, so I can say I1 into Z1 is equal to I2 into Z2. So by writing the equation for I1 and I2, that is I1 is equal to V divided by Z1 plus Z3, and I2 is equal to V divided by Z2 plus Z4, and by combining the equation and solving the equations, we get Z1 into Z4 is equal to Z2 into Z3. This is the general form of AC equation, or general form of AC bridge. So now we will discuss sketch and explain the measurement of capacitance using sharing bridge. So this is again the important question from the exam point of view. This is asked 3 times. They can ask for 5 or 10 marks here. So as you can see here, the 4 arms of the sharing bridge, basically it is a AC bridge. It consists of what? Different arms. So we can find a resistance, and at one side we have a capacitor, at one side we have a capacitor and a combination of resistor, and at other side we have the capacitor and resistor in parallel, and there is a detector. So one of the most important AC bridge for the measurement of capacitance is sharing bridge. The 4 arms of sharing bridge are shown in the figure. So for balance, the general equation is Z1 into Zx is equal to Z2 into Z3. So that is Zx is equal to Z2 into Z3 divided by Z1, or I can write Zx equal to Z2 into Z3 into Y1. So that is 1 divided by Z1. It is nothing but admittance Y1. So now what I can do is I can write Zx as Rx minus J divided by omega Cx. Then Z2 is equal to R2 because there is a single resistance. Z3 is equal to minus J divided by omega C3, and Y1 is equal to 1 divided by R1 plus J omega C1. So if you substitute all these values in the equation, Zx equal to Z2 into Z3 divided by Z1, we get Rx minus J divided by omega Cx is equal to R2 into minus J divided by omega C3 into 1 divided by R1 plus J omega C1. So by solving the above equation and equating the real and imaginary terms, we get Rx is equal to R2 into C1 divided by C3, and Cx is equal to R1 into C3 divided by R2. So next question is, with the diagram, explain the measurement of inductance using Maxwell's bridge. So figure shows the Maxwell's bridge, so which is used to measure unknown inductance. The use of standard arm offers the advantage of compactness and easy shielding. So the general equation for bridge balance is Z1 into Zx is equal to Z2 into Z3. So I can write Zx is equal to Z2 into Z3 divided by Z1. So that 1 divided by Z1, I can write it as Y1, that is admittance. So the equation reduces to Zx equal to Z2 into Z3 into Y1. So I can write Y1 is equal to 1 by Z1, which is 1 by R1 plus J omega C1. Z2 is equal to R2, Z3 is equal to R3, Zx equal to Rx plus J omega Lx. So substituting all these in the above equation, so we get Rx plus J omega Lx is equal to R2 into R3 divided by R1 plus J omega C1 R2 into R3. So by solving the above equation and separating the real and imaginary parts, we get Rx is equal to R2 into R3 divided by R1, and Lx is equal to C1 into R2 into R3.